I'm Natalie Danganan bringing you today's burning issues and the hottest news here on News Force.
Here are today's headlines. DepEd spokesperson Michael Poa says face-to-face classes will proceed amid Omicron XBB-XBC threat. Supreme Court releases guidelines for oral arguments on petition against BSKE. Pasang Mazda seeks support for surge pricing in PUVs. Plane fares cheaper in November as fuel surcharges cut. MMDA plans to implement temporary truck ban in Rojas Boulevard. Senate committee questions BSP's decision to switch to polymer banknotes. Fair and balanced news. Comprehensive reports that will take you to the heart of the action. This is News Force.
For today's top story, DepEd Order 44 will continue to be in place, according to DepEd spokesperson Michael Poa, notwithstanding the discovery of the XBB and XBC Omicron subvariants in the nation. Under the DO 44, all public schools are required to hold 5-day in-person classes, except for those affected by disasters or calamities or granted exemption by the regional offices. He assured parents that guidelines against any COVID-19 related threat are in place to ensure the safety of their children. Moving on, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has appointed 2 trial court judges as Associate Justices of the Court of Appeals or CA and the head of the Supreme Court's Fiscal Management and Budget Office as Associate Justice of the Court of Tax Appeals. Appointed as CA's Associate Justice were Regional Trial Court Judges Selma Palacio Alaraz and Wilhelmina George Wagan. Meanwhile, their appointment papers were transmitted to Chief Justice Jasmundo by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin. For health update, the Department of Health or DOH has recorded 1,379 new COVID-19 infections on October 19 and a total of 23,347 active coronavirus infections. The nationwide COVID-19 positive rate in the country is slightly higher at 14.3% from 13.8% on the previous day. Regions and provinces with the most number of COVID-19 cases are National Capital Region with 472, Iloilo with 94, Cavite with 80, Rizal with 66, and Laguna with 59. Meanwhile, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. encouraged the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG to remain dedicated and persistent in protecting the country's maritime territory and resources as he promised to continue supporting the PCG's modernization program. The President said that the PCG has taken so many roles in the past years and is now on the front line in defending the country's territory from encroachment, poaching, and piracy. With this, he emphasized that his administration is behind the PCG's goal to modernize its equipment, vessels, and facilities. Meantime, the Supreme Court or SC released the guidelines for the upcoming oral arguments of the postponement of the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan polls. Here's Jasmine Cacho for the full details.
The Supreme Court or SC released the guidelines for Friday's oral arguments regarding the petition against the postponement of the 2022 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections or BSKE. On its advisory, the SC said that veteran election lawyer Romulo Macalintal and respondents, including the COMELEC and representatives from the Office of the President, should limit their discussion to the following essential issues. First is whether Congress has the power to postpone or cancel the schedule of barangay elections, whether Congress effectively disenfranchised voters, whether the postponement of the barangay elections is constitutionally constrained by the grounds enumerated under Section 5 of the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines, subject to the sole determination of the COMELEC, whether the postponement of the barangay elections scheduled to be held on December 5, 2022 to October 2023 will amount to a legislative appointment of the incumbent barangay officials, and whether RA 11935, the law postponing the December 2022 barangay and SK elections, violates the one subject, one title rule enshrined in Section 26I, Article 6 of the Constitution for supposedly amending Section 5 of Batas Pambansa Building 881, despite the general repealing clause found in Section 6 of RA 11935. Aside from these issues, the court also wants to know if the COMELEC has the capability to conduct the BSKE should the December 5, 2022 schedule will push through. For Golden Nation Network, this is Jasmine Cacho.
According to Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology or PHIVOLCS, a magnitude 4.1 earthquake hit the Dinagat Island on Thursday. PHIVOLCS detected the earthquake at 2:48 a.m. 6 kilometers away from the southeast of Kadjanao, Dinagat Islands. PHIVOLCS reported no intensities and no aftershocks or damage are expected. Weather update. According to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA, starting early Friday morning through Saturday morning, Tropical Depression Obet would likely bring moderate to heavy with at times intense rains over Babuyan Island, Ilocos Norte, Apayao, and the northern portion of mainland Cagayan. And light to moderate with at times heavy rains is possible over Batanes, the northern portion of Ilocos Sur, Abra, Kalinga, and the rest of mainland Cagayan. As per the Weather Bureau, Tropical Depression Obet is forecasted to gradually intensify and may reach tropical storm category Friday evening or Saturday early morning. PAGASA also advised that further intensification is likely once Obet reaches the West Philippine Sea. Coming up next on News Force, Pasang Mazda 6 support for surge pricing in PUVs. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.